Thorns or the Stinger this time?
Stinger good.
Stinger good.
All right. So, uh, fingers crossed that we can last our full sessions. So, uh, we are back with another hellish day, but before we dive too far and pick up where we last left off, let's get some introductions on who we got at the table.
Hello, my name is Brent, and I'll be playing Theron Starseeker, an Astro Elf Divine Soul Sorcerer who's navigating a devilish deal and hoping to make progress on it soon. His comfort level with his newfound magical abilities keeps getting better and better, and he's hoping to maybe pull out some new tricks again. But he's still determined to help the people here and find answers for what happened. This week's fun fact. Saren's least favorite part about life on the Cascade was the cleaning and preparation process for his parents' artwork before they pulled into port. However, it was a necessary step in Saren getting the opportunity to have some unsupervised shore leave away from the Cascade while his parents conducted their business.
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I play Ash. She's a tiefling fighter, Psy warrior. She has a tail that has a mind of its own. We're working on it though. Uh, and she's on search for her family, which we'll get to eventually. It's fine.
I'm Caitlin. I'm playing Melior Sprin. Mel is a beautifully dangerous drow gloomstalker ranger with snow white hair and steel gray skin. This week's fun fact about Mel. So I think I mentioned way a long time ago that she has only been working for Bregendarth for about 6 months prior to meeting her companions in Baldur's Gate. Mel is 26 and had been ready to join the mercenary group at around age 19. So, what did she end up doing for nearly 7 years before she actually joined? Well, her boyfriend at the time, Nalfine, died tragically in the tunnels outside Menzoberranzan, and while she wouldn't admit it, Melioras suffered quite a lot of trauma upon learning about what happened and having never had a chance to say goodbye. So Jarlaxle ordered her to work alongside her father in training new recruits. So she did that until Jarlaxle and her father felt she was ready to be put into active service.
Well then, with no further ado, we can dive into our session where, when we last left off, you had arrived to the wrecked flying fortress at the guidance and tipped information from the Severiix, and then Balacross having guided you to the exact location. And when you arrived, you had noticed, of course, the giant fiendish vultures up overhead, and the massive bony slugs on the lower levels. And yeah, what would you like to do?
Can we look inside this structure here in front of us?
You can. You can get a closer look at all of those slugs in there.
So
At
I
what point
feel
can I see
like
them?
when I do pass without trace
You can do pass without trace.
in the last session, I think I did at the end of last session. I've got a second level marked off,
That sounds about right then.
and I'm blue on the map, so I think I'm concentrating.
So we're going sneaky.
I want to say that you did the sneaky when you were moving up, so that way the rocks didn't see you, because I remember you recognized what those were. as you move up, you of course see these creatures. I've got a picture of them for you. That's what you're looking at there.
Yeah, I pick it back.
Oh,
Oh.
and as you step in, the smush. Put my face in there and give it a go smush. As you are moving in with the intention to look around and inspect some, you would notice that these massive creatures, they move very slowly, very sluggishly, but they seem perhaps interested in your group, as the one closest to you, Sarian, starts stretching out in your direction, and the body slowly moves closer.
I would like to back away from it then.
Okay. You all kind of see where it's moved.
Well, we gotta get in there.
What are these things' mouths doing? Are they like
They're salivating.
eager? Hmm.
Anybody
That's
got
not
a?
a word I was looking for.
Do we have a big thing that one of us can do? Just like set it off in there, or...
Yeah, I can do a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll go better
Back
this
up.
time.
Saren's gonna start channeling a gravity smash.
Then, as Sarian, you start to channel this gravity smash. What sort of what sort of save do they need to make? Con?
Strength.
Strength. Okay,
I'll
Can
backs
I
up a
keep
little
them
bit.
all in there?
Oh,
that's a big
the
one.
big boy.
Spicy
Oh,
one.
sorry. Wait, it says a 40-foot radius? Okay. It's something like that.
Okay, cool. We got a natural one.
Fail.
We got a natural 4. A 7. A 2. And a 5.
Oh,
I think I'm still
Love that for
rolling
them.
They will...
back in the dice. Let me change that.
No, leave them. They will all take 8d10 force damage.
Go ahead, roll it.
That's 41.
Cool, they're all dead.
that worked out.
Yeah, Saren just kind of like channels and has like his hand in his his
However,
fist in his hand and then slams them all down.
because they all die, I need 5. Oh. Oh, no, none of you are within range of it. At least none of you are within range of the really bad stuff. You do, however, all hear these blood-curdling screams layered on top of each other. Um, as they emit this screech when they die, each of them.
That is unpleasant.
It's upsetting.
I don't like that.
Let me do some stuff back here.
But we got them.
You got him.
They've been squished.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do to all of those devils on that vehicle.
I figured.
I'm kind of glad that it didn't go that way though, because I don't want any part of that.
Right, you would have definitely wanted to not be there, which you had time for, but things just didn't go that way.
So, interesting thing here. Melioris, your attention comes to the sky above you as some of those large shadows get closer. It seems like the 5 screams of death wails has caught the attention of the rocks up ahead.
Is there like cover that we can get under? Like, is this
Yeah,
where the slugs were? Is it is it a does it have a roof? Like, is it a
it's
structure that we can go in?
it's a structure that you can go in. The sort of piping connects to the different areas that are covered on the map. Now it is filled with holes, so you'd have to move quickly to avoid getting any sort of capture by the rocks that might want to try and, eat you.
Okay, well we do have pass without trace up. Um, so I'm gonna say quietly to my companions, we gotta move now.
Moving now?
Okay.
Bellicross just sort of disappears in front of everyone's eyes.
Cool.
Do not worry, I'm still here.
I wasn't worried. Uh, so up the pipes, or are there stairs, or want to take a look around down here before we move?
Should we
There's
hold for the rocks to lose interest?
not much down in this main area except for the dead bodies and the bones
Hmm.
and some bone whelk mucus.
Gross.
If we look across to the east, can we see like another structure?
Um, technically yes, but it's also kind of connected. Like, these are different levels of the same thing. For ease of map purposes. Going up this pipe will lead you into the next area.
Oh, alright. Up the pipe then?
Oh.
Up the pipe.
All right. So, as you make your way up the pipe, Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Uh, you enter right here. There's a little ladder that brings you up. Um, you don't actually have to go into the actual pipe. There's a hatch. Um, and as you are standing now on this level, it is just, nope. Much like the one below, except, no bone whelks, no holes. It's quite secure, I'd say.
There's a ladder.
Yeah, the you didn't go up like the actual pipe. There's a hatch, but it is like pipe adjacent.
Your pipe adjacent.
Thank you.
Can I have a look around in here, see if there's anything of interest?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
I'll help with that.
Let's all get investigation checks.
Oh, will I?
Mm,
Yeah, what else am
I'm
I doing in here?
not much help.
Alright. Most of you don't see much of anything. It's pipes, rust, dust, wreckage. You know, pretty average Avernian experience. However, Meliors, you notice that in this sort of central cistern, some movement in the shadows.
I will whisper to my companions that there's something in the cistern. I feel
Does,
like I'm going to regret saying this, but can I try and sneak closer to try and figure out more information about what it might be?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Give me a stealth roll.
That's a 34.
Okay. As you sneak closer, you see this creature. It's massive, maybe 30 feet if it was stretched out fully, but it's coiled around. And what you notice is the different sort of legs, many of them, tens, maybe 100, maybe more. And you see the gleam of insectoid eyes as this thing is
First wasps, and now like
No,
centipedes.
this is fine. You can take that away.
um is it's gonna try and bite you, Mel. And you would all see the head come out of the cistern and the legs sort of crawling along the
Uh,
opening. Uh,
gross.
Meliors, does a 28 hit?
Let me check my character sheet real quick. Yeah, no, that for sure hits.
Alrighty, that is going to be then 17 points of piercing damage, and I didn't do my coding right on this one, so my rollable damage there doesn't do it easily. Do it manually. And 20 points necrotic as we are going to roll initiatives.
Oh, I gotta roll a con save, but I'm fairly certain my passive trace is gonna be gone. Yeah, it sure is.
What was the damage on that?
37.
Yeah.
Cool.
Incredible.
Alrighty. So, Melioris, you get to act first.
Yeah. I don't like anything about this thing. And I'm mad because, ow, that really hurt. So I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on it. And then I'm going to whack at it a bunch with Bryn's Vengeance. The 25 hit this thing.
The 25 will hit. Yes.
Okay. I thought I heard a button there. Okay.
No, I was just looking.
I'm going to make it a dreadful strike.
Yeah.
So this will be 7 points of magical slashing, 6 points of psychic, and 4 points of force. And then I'm going to attack it again. And I get another 25 for 9 points of slashing and 2 points of force. And then I would like to make my nick attack. And that is a 23 to hit.
Yep.
For 10 points from my silvered scimitar and 6 points of force.
Alrighty. With that, Ash, we come to your
Uh-huh.
turn.
Okay. Is it? Are we up higher? Is it up higher than us, or
A little
it's
bit.
not being clear
not-
to me?
It's so like there's a cistern that's in the center. It's not like towering over you, so like you're still technically like on the same level, but like narratively it is looking down on you.
Okay. You know what? Let's just we'll move in. We're moving in. We're gonna hit him with the with my pitchfork first. That's a 27 to hit.
Yeah, the 27 will hit.
Cool. For 11 piercing.
Okay.
And then we hit him with the whip. However, that's a 10.
That's gonna miss.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, there is a thing. With the thing. It's a topple. He needs to make a con save. And it's like DC 16.
Fails.
If he can be prone, he's prone.
Alright, so as you strike, you watch as the creature begins to fall off the side where it was, and the full 30 feet of it is now out of the cistern, more evenly grounded with you all. As it comes to its turn, it will remove itself from being prone and turns its attention to Ash.
It's okay.
Oh, there was an extra thing about the bite. We're not gonna worry about that from the first one. Um, that's a 24 to hit Ash
Mm-hmm.
for 12 points of piercing damage and 16 points of necrotic. You are grappled, and while you are in this grapple, you are considered restrained. And then is its bonus action.
No.
I
Stop.
I would like you to make me a strength saving throw.
I can do that. It's a 13.
You are swallowed.
Hmm. I don't want to be, though.
You are no longer grappled. However, you are blinded and restrained.
Hold on. Give me.
Okay. Alright, alright.
Ability check. I've already used Indomitable.
You did use Indomitable earlier.
Okay. I'm swallowed.
You are swallowed. And as this creature ends its turn, Mel, because you are in its aura, that is going to be 13 points necrotic damage.
Okay.
Saren,
Yeah.
what would you like to do?
Saren would like to run over and do a 4th level Cure Wounds on Meliora. Which is going to be 48. And then I would
Thank you.
like to... You're welcome. Then I would like to quicken spell a Sorceress Burst. It's going to be radiant damage. 14.
It's not hit. Anything else from Saren?
I'm just going to move a little bit over here to the left.
Okay.
That's it.
Melioris.
I just took. Is it 13 or 11? Either way, I think my DC is 10
Yeah, it'd be 10.
on my con save. Okay. Hunter's Mark goes down. So step number 1. Recast Hunter's Mark on this stupid bug that I don't like. Step number 2. Hit it a whole bunch. The 16 hit.
16 just misses.
Okay. Let's try this again. It's a dirty 20.
That'll
So
hit.
guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn this into a Dreadful Strike. So that's 8 points of slashing, 7 points of psychic, and single point of force damage, and then I will make my offhand attack. The 17. I think hits then?
Just hits.
Perfect. 7 points from the Silvered Scimitar plus 4 points of force.
Alrighty. It rumbles a bit here. You can feel the vibrations, Ash. Anything else from Melioris?
That's it.
Ash, it's your turn. You are blinded, you are restrained, and you feel the sort of attempts of digestion around you.
Can I stab it from the inside?
You can. You do have disadvantage, however.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Let's try. First is a 21.
That'll hit.
Great. For 8 piercing. And then... Come on. Another 21.
Yep.
And then, so that's 9 piercing, and we make that a psionic strike. So it gets another 3 force on top.
Beautiful.
And also, I don't know if the topple takes effect since I'm inside.
I mean, we can give it a roll here and see if you just, like, shove him from the gullet.
Sure. It's 16 con save.
It's a 20.
Oh, bless him. Okay.
Alright, so. As there's more rumbling, it comes to our bug's turn. And at the start of the turn, Ash, inside, you're gonna take 10 acid and 8 necrotic.
Okay.
And then it's gonna turn its attention back to you, Mel. And attempt a bite. That is a 24.
That hits. Yep.
That's gonna be for 14 points of piercing damage and 10 points of necrotic. And then... Oh, go ahead.
So you have a con save. My hunter's mark is up.
Your hunter's mark is up. However, you are grappled. And while in this grapple, you have the restrained condition. And I need a strength saving throw from you on its bonus action. Melior's is also swallowed. So you're no longer grappled. However, you are blinded, you are restrained, and you feel the pressure of someone else against you. Someone you can only assume is Ash. Ash, you also feel someone up against you.
Incredible.
And then it is going to be Saren, your turn.
Saren's pretty horrified at what's going on in front of him. So he's pretty upset about it too. So he's actually going to go bonus action holy weapon on his own long sword. And he's gonna run in and stab this thing.
Go for it.
With a true strike as well.
Yeah. Load it up.
That's a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
And then the radiant damage, 13 more. That's not bad.
Is... You don't have a modifier for your normal weapon damage?
No.
Okay. Just want to double check. Alrighty. Alright, well, there is this black sludge, that reeks of death that is starting to, sludge out of, the exoskeleton. It is looking pretty bloodied here. That it from Saren?
Cool. Yes.
Alright. Meliors. Blind, restrained, in a place that smells horrible. What would you like to do?
I'd like to continue stabbing it.
Alright, you do have
Um,
disadvantage.
I do have disadvantage. That is true. Okay. Oh man. So the first one misses with an 11.
Oh no!
Second one is a 21 though, so that's gonna hit.
That will
But
hit.
guess what I'm doing? I'm turning it into a dreadful strike.
You do that.
So that's my last one. 9 points of slashing, 4 points of psychic, and 3 points of force. And then I'll attack with my offhand. And 15 misses.
15 is unfortunately a miss.
That's it.
Alrighty. Ash, we come to your turn.
Cool. We're still trying to stick him with the pitchfork.
You do
That's a
that.
Natural one.
Oh no!
It's fine. It's fine. A 16.
Just misses.
I'm gonna do a second wind.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. At the start of our creature's turn, our lovely ladies within are going to take 9 acid and 5 necrotic damage. And
How's your smartest draw?
no. Saren, our big guy out here, he's gonna try and bite you.
I imagine so.
That's a 28
Yes.
for 17 piercing and 16 necrotic.
Can I use my reaction?
Yes.
What was the second part of the damage?
16.
Okay. Holy weapon holds.
Alright. What's our reaction?
Oh, sorry, that was gonna be my my divine shield.
Oh, okay. I figured. But, alright, at the end of its turn, Saren, because you are within its aura, that's gonna be a 11 points of necrotic damage.
Holy weapon holds.
And then it is your turn, Saren.
Saren is going to activate his innate sorcery. And then we're going to go for the True Strike again. This time at triple advantage. And you were right, I did miss a damage roll on my last turn.
Do you want to add it on to this one?
No,
Okay.
that's okay. The best is a 26.
Yeah! Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And then here comes the Holy Weapon. And yeah, that's action, bonus action.
Alrighty. Melioris. We come to you once more.
Melioris does Melioris things. Bonus. Oh, wait. I don't think I can put my Hunter's Mark on this thing because I think I need to be able to see it.
And, I believe that is correct.
Let me just double check really
Yeah.
quick.
Go. 100%. I'm here for double check.
You you magically mark one creature you can see. Alright, so I won't be Hunter's marking it. I'll just be hitting it a whole bunch.
You got
Hopefully.
this.
Sure. 21, so that hits.
Yep.
That's 7 points of slashing. And a whip with a 13.
Oh no.
And with my offhand, that's a miss with a 14.
Oh no. That is unfortunately all that can be done. Ash, it's your turn.
Okay. Can we keep trying to stick them? That's all we can do.
You got this.
I think so. There's 16.
Just misses.
A 21.
That'll hit.
It'll be a psionic strike. 14 piercing. And 4 force.
Oh, he's not looking good at all. There's all these sort of rumblings around you.
Just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna use another second wing.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Alright. At the start of our bug's turn. Bug's late for me. We've got, for those swallowed, 5 points of acid and 8 points necrotic. Wow, these are pretty bad rolls. Which I guess is really good for you guys. And then a bite towards Saren with a 21 to hit
That will hit.
for 15
Go
points.
ahead and reaction again, Divine Shield.
Okay. 15 points of piercing damage and 15 points of necrotic.
Mm-hmm.
And you are grappled, and while in this grapple, you are considered restrained.
Alright.
And at the end of its turn, because you are within its aura, you take 20 points necrotic damage.
Saren is unconscious.
Saren, would you like to make me a death saving throw?
Sure. Natural 20.
You are
Saren's
Hell
up
yeah.
with 1 HP. Ooh. So that's at the start of your turn.
Yeah, 1 second. I gotta read something. So when I went unconscious, my concentration would have dropped, yeah?
Yes.
It's unfortunate. I gotta see if I lose it when I go on my innate sorcery when I go unconscious. It doesn't say. I guess we're still rolling then. You agree, Faye?
I'm just doing a quick double check here. So sorry. Need sorcery. Yeah. Sage Compendium didn't say anything about it. So, go for it.
Then I would like to Starlight Step away from this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. And then we're going to throw a 4th level guiding bolt at it at triple advantage.
Yeah, you do that. you should definitely do that.
I would like to. So the best is going to be a 22.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
How do you feel about 28 radiant damage?
Would you like to paint a picture?
Yeah, so this thing, it scoops Saren up, and its aura, he just kind of felt himself lose consciousness, and then somewhere in the back of his mind, it was almost just like a twinkling star brought him back, and he kind of shook that off, teleported right out of its grip, and turned around and blasted it with the beam of starry radiant energy.
So, as your nope.
Weapon.
I meant to hit no comment. Shut up, cartographer. As your guiding bolt strikes and lights up the creature, you can see again that glimmering sheen of slick, oily sludge, and for Melioras and Ash, there is a brief tightening of the muscles around you before you feel a shock as you hear this thud, and then around you things become lax and loose. I'm gonna ask for athletics checks to climb out of this thing.
19.
Ash, you are the first one to get out. And as you pull yourself out and can see past the creature's innards, you can reach back in to help Melioras.
I will.
I got a 4.
That's why I'm reaching in to help.
Roll again.
Saren is
No,
Saren's
you're
limping
just
his way
pulled
over.
out. Narrative
Oh,
help, not
okay.
mechanical help.
Okay.
So, you survived.
Saren's going to give each one of them a 2nd level cure wound. The Melioras get 15. Ash gets 24.
I don't take it.
Saren will also use a 4th level cure wounds on himself.
Okay. Mel was gonna give him a cure wounds.
He might still need it.
Accepted.
I was gonna give him a third level cure wounds.
Well, let me roll mine first. I'll still take it.
What level would you like, dear?
Second.
Okay. That's 17 points.
Perfect. Everyone else okay? Everyone good? Everyone okay? Kelsey,
Doing fine.
Ash,
Yeah, what's up?
does Ash look better after that heal?
Uh-uh.
It didn't work again, did it, Ash?
No.
How hurt are you?
On a scale of 1 to 84, I'm at like a 47.
I do another second level cure wounds.
That one I take.
15. It's much worse than the first one.
Hey, how was I to know? Anything
It's
is
okay.
great. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll make sure I help them both up. And well, that was quite the creature.
Well, I'm gonna make sure that I write down not to ever get eaten again.
And you might want to wipe off. You got like all sorts of bile and stuff on you.
Yeah, I'll start
Bug
working on
bile
that.
too. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm all gross.
In the end combat and get rid of this token.
Is there anything salvageable on this creature that we might be able to make use of?
Uh, how willing are you to touch the black sludge that sapped out of it?
It looked like
I'm gonna
Demon
pose that
Acre.
question. Yeah, I'm gonna pose that question to Melioras.
Um, let me check some things here. It's thick and pitch black, like Demon Acre you've seen before. Um, it could be Demon Acre. It could be not.
Do you have any empty containers? Did we use them all?
I will check.
I think I gave over the empty bottle when we were at the
I do have an empty bottle.
I
Can
love
I kind of
that.
funnel some of this in?
Yeah, for sure. I just want to say that I love how in most games people would just like, oh, I use a potion and then like disregard the bottle. And for this one, you guys are like, we're gonna keep the bottles, and you keep it as like an inventory tracker.
Yeah, there's no shops around here, okay?
All right, so I would like I'd like a sleight of hand or survival check to scoop up some of this stuff without perhaps getting it on your hands.
All right. 19.
19. Yeah, you get it into the bottle.
So, how would you like me to record this on my sheet? A bottle of goo?
Uh, put yeah, you can put bottle of soul intake goo.
You got it. Surely someone will have use for this. I don't know if it'll be us.
Or
So,
that.
one thing one thing you guys will notice about Melior's is she does not look injured at all, and her armor is still gleaming.
Impressive.
She doesn't feel very good though, and she's looking everywhere, anywhere and everywhere for water of some kind.
What are you looking for, Melioras?
Anyone see any water, like anything at all?
I might have some water.
Are you thirsty?
No, I'm covered in stuff that I just don't want to be covered in.
No, you're not.
I just would like,
Saren's.
Are you good?
oh, trust me, I am.
Where are we right now?
Are you good or are you covered? The timing of that answer.
Well, here, let me see if I can do a thing, and Saren will use prestidigitation.
You feel cleaner.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
You look the same. Here, watch, and I'll use prestidigitation on Ash.
Thank you.
You're both very welcome.
Is there anything else in here?
Um, stains on the pipes that seem somewhat reminiscent of humanoid shapes.
Gross. Maybe we should just, go up some more.
Yeah. Usually done. Alright, so. I'm just gonna do this because I like the official version better than the other one for this one. I like the version. Gives a little better visuals. Alright, let's unravel some of the fog of war. So, as you make your way further up, where do you enter on this place? Well, we'll just say that you enter in the center. I'm the DM. I make the rules here.
Okay, whatever you say.
Okay. We'll start that off. Hello? Are you really gonna do this to me? Okay. Alright, so what you see here, are sparks that sort of rain down around you as you stand here. Um, there are gashes in the ceiling of what must have once been the bridge. And what you see above you is open sky. And as you are looking around, you would notice that the room has been picked clean, though there are rows of stripped down consoles and some chains that dangle downwards as well.
Hmm.
You said one of these areas is like is open. Like, I know you said the top was open, but are all the walls intact?
Uh, some, for the most part, yes. You do see that
Can
there are
I?
areas that you could like walk through.
I just want to like peek out and like see how high we've gotten.
Uh, um, Hi. Uh, see if I can get you an exact number. 80 feet off the ground. At the lowest
Nice.
point, there is a bit of a slant. So don't trip.
Watch your footing along the edge. Long way down.
We're near the edge. Got it. We should look around and see if there are one, any adamantine rods here, and two, if there aren't any rods, maybe someone left behind clues to where they might be.
Good idea. Let's have a look.
I'm gonna go off this way.
Okay. Uh, uh, as you head off that way, you see. Oh, I did what I didn't want it to do. Um, this room here that you're seeing in front of you has two rusty iron crates in uh, one of the corners, and in the other, you see this iron bell shaped contraption. It's bolted to the floor opposite of these iron containers or crates. This bell shaped contraption, it's 9 feet tall, painted black. There are several dents and dings within it, and every so often you hear it emit this loud clunk.
Okay. Don't like that. Um, let's take a peek inside these crates.
Uh, each crate you would see has 20 flasks of demon ichor.
I should call out, hey, do we need any more demon ichor?
We know a guy that'll buy it.
There's so
You
much
might
of
know him
it
too.
here.
We can just use it in vehicles if we find any more ever.
That's true.
We were gonna do a competing business, don't forget.
I'm gonna start putting bottles of Demon Acre in my bag.
Hell yeah. You have 40 of them.
40.
Hold.
Hell yeah.
Saren's kind of poking around on these consoles.
Okay, so as Saren
Are there any sticky notes?
pokes around at the consoles, I'm going to check something just real quick. Uh, these don't really have much. They're broken and non-operational. But you could perhaps salvage some wires or components from them, metal. Um, but as you are so close here and futzing about, um, you do hear something. You hear what sounds like the approach of infernal war machines.
Oh god. Saren's gonna run back over the edge and look.
You see two devil's rides at the lead, sort of coming forward, and then a tormentor coming behind it. Saren, roll me a perception check.
19.
For a moment, you're worried until you realize that you recognize not any sort of individuals, but types of creatures that are riding along the tormentor. You see redcaps and madcaps, much like what you've seen at Mad Maggie's. Thinking perhaps these might be some of hers. You watch as they get a little closer, and you see on the Devil's Rides two Kenku, Chuka, and Clock. As they get closer, you can see that they are fitted for perhaps a scavenging trip, but there are some rocks that are down there, and battle soon takes place.
Hey, we've got company. Company I recognize.
Yeah.
That's Chuka and Clonk. And they've got madcaps, redcaps, and they're fighting the rocks down there now.
Should we go help them?
Do they look like they need help from our perspective?
At this moment, no.
How far away would you say the nearest rock is from me?
An 80-foot drop.
Just straight down?
Yeah, give or take some.
I would like to, it would be within 120 feet.
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot a level 1 guiding bolt down there at it.
Yeah, go ahead.
17.
Yeah, that'll hit a rock.
15 damage.
Noted.
Did the people down on the ground see me do it?
Potentially. But you don't get any sort of verbal response.
I'm waving.
Can I look up this way?
Yeah, for sure. Sarah, no one waves back at you.
Hmm.
There is a corner and a couple of rooms that have closed doors.
Okay. Let's. I'm gonna. Before I move, uh, hey, you guys remember why we're here, right?
Yeah, just worried that we had unfriendly visitors below us, but I think we're okay. I think we can take a look
Okay.
around and we'll greet them on our way out.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go up this way.
The Saren's heading straight north of where he was.
Sorry, I just realized that I may have been an idiot for the last few sessions. Alright. Saren, we'll start with you. Okay. Make sure I've got erase turned on. You see the open room, a closed door. In this room that you step forward, it's a stripped down, especially as you can see over here now that you step forward. This is part of that area. You see the stripped down metal consoles, rusty pipes that extend from floor to ceiling. You would notice that one of these pipes has a very noticeable gash in it, about 2 feet long.
Is it enough that like I could fit through it?
No. You could put part of yourself through it, but not all of yourself through it.
I don't think I want to do that or look down.
Okay.
I'll go over here to the west.
Alright, you would notice more open down below, and there's a little corner that you could follow.
Saren's walking casually away from this direction, but not near the edge.
Alright, oh, those are doors. You see some doors.
I'll open them one at a time.
Opening them one at a time reveals what looks to be sleeping quarters.
Anything jump
Wait.
out to me as useful being left behind?
Are they actually sleeping quarters, or are they records rooms? Hold on. No. Okay, they're different. What you are looking at, you see a closet as you open it up, and within it are miniature consoles with chairs bolting into the floors. You would notice that these consoles have keys that can be pressed down on, like typewriters. And you would notice that rigged above each of the desks, there is a long, slender horn. Like a hearing horn, not like a horn that's attached to someone.
I'll put my ear up to one.
You don't hear anything.
Good. And that's what I see in all of them?
That's what you see in all of them.
Okay, I'll head back to find everyone else.
God dang it. Okay. Let's go to Melioris, and we'll do this in a counterclockwise fashion. Um. All right, Mel. As you approach that door, you walk through the damaged machinery here. You dodge out of the sparks that rain from the holes torn in the ceiling. You see these machines that have been torn from the walls that stand now in the middle of the room with their loose wires sticking out. Very reminiscent of like a bad hair day. And as you move past it towards that door, you see a uh, another console here. The jagged gashes within the outer wall let the hellish sky of Avernus bleed light into this room. You would notice that there is an open hatch in the floor leading down to the lower decks, and here is a console. It actually seems to be in pretty good shape as it's plugged into one of the walls.
That was my room.
That was your room. So the first one that you were in was all the damaged machinery. This one that you had just opened down here was the one that I just described. It's got one of the consoles that seems to be in decent shape.
Okay, I think, um, sorry, I'm trying to get my iPad set up and everything is going wrong. I missed descriptions of previous rooms, so when I had to drop off. So what's the deal with the consoles?
They are mostly too damaged to work. They've just kind of been there. This one looks to be in the best shape out of all that you have seen.
Have I seen anything like this before, or is this a completely new thing for me?
Um, I would say you have not seen something like this. Well, no. You saw something similar. Not quite the same, when you were traveling underneath uh, the floating dock in the River Styx, that operated the contraption, lowered it down into the water that the guy wanted you to test. Uh, so you know that it
Oh,
operates some sort of heavier machinery, but you don't know what specifically. You're not that familiar.
okay. And I can't, there's no evidence of any of the adamantine rods in here.
Not in this one.
Okay. Um, if I take a closer look at the console, can I figure out what it does?
Uh,
Like what it operates?
as you look at this console, do. Go ahead. I want you to make me a investigation check.
Oh, I don't like that. It's not using my dice that I picked on my iPad. I don't like that at all. But that's a two.
Uh, you don't know. You see a lot of switches on it though, like little flips.
Okay. I think some of my other characters might be tempted to do something about that, but Mel is not.
All right. All right, let's go to Ash. Let's see what Ash has going on there. Um, you just walk right in, right? Cool.
Oh, jeez.
You have dark vision, right?
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Cool. So, as you open the door, there is no light that reaches from the dim Avernian sky into this area. You are completely reliant on your dark vision here, unless you light something up. But what you would notice as you sort of gaze around is in the back corner, amidst a pile of bones, humanoid from what you can see, a hunched knoll, looking underfed. Um, you can see as it gnaws on a bone, it cackles maniacally to itself, and you would notice that next to its nest there is another iron door. Um,
Okay.
Near to you on the ground, you would notice a pair of glass bell-shaped horns that are attached to some loose wires. It looks as if they were removed from a pair of tall, slender metal machines that stand against the wall opposite of you.
Gotcha. I'm gonna, before I move any closer, I'm gonna back out real quick and look towards both of my companions and be like, there's a guy in here.
Saren's gonna tiptoe his way towards Ash.
We'll scooch back in. Real quiet, like,
Give me a stealth roll.
I'd love to.
I'll get in on that.
It's an 8.
Yeah.
It's a natural 1.
31.
Okay. Okay, indeed. So, as you move, uh, as you move closer, you would notice that the creature stops gnawing on the bone. The cackling is gone. And it's just staring at you. It sees you.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
The head of the knoll sticks out and it starts to sniff the air.
You stop that. You think it understands us?
Are you okay?
Just more sniffing the air from your direction.
I'm
Is
gonna
he deaf?
chance it and move a little closer.
You can see that the body gets a little more low to the ground. Doesn't seem quite hostile, more defensive.
Uh-huh. Listen, I don't want any of your bones. I just want to get into that door. And like pointing.
You don't see any change in this creature's stance.
Cool. I'm gonna take a chance and scooch this way.
Okay. Follows you intently. You can see sort of like the mouth hanging open a little bit to get the phlegm response, kind of
Stop that.
sucking in more scent.
Stop that. I'm gonna take. I'm just gonna keep taking chances and scooch towards the door.
As you get close to the door, uh, I need to roll something here.
Please do.
You unfortunately seem to, even as you are moving in a way that you believe conveys that you are just interested in the door, um, you do step a little too close to what this knoll deems its territory,
Mm,
and it's going to try and snap at you.
okay.
That is an 18
Mm-hmm.
for 8 piercing damage.
Cool. Ow! Dude!
And you hear like the sort of cackle of a hyena, is sort of like a warning sign.
No, he bit me. I'm gonna whip him.
Okay.
That was really rude. It's a 15.
uh yeah, a 15 is just what you need to hit him.
Great. It's an 8 slashing.
All right. 8 slashing. And with that, I'm gonna ask for us to roll initiatives. Keep forgetting that. All right. Do. Forgot to not do it that way. Still, Alright, Melioris, you hear the crack of the whip here, after you saw this creature lunge and bite on, Ash. What is it you would like to do?
Well, I think I would like to Hunter's Marked it.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to find everything on this app that I don't normally use ever. So I'll
Totally
mark that
fine.
off later. I'll just mark that off later, and I'll just go up and I'll attack it a bunch. Oops, with my scimitars. That's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, so that'll be 9 points of slashing and 5 points of force. And then oh, a 21 to hit,
Okay.
doing 8 points of slashing and 3 points of force.
So, as your blade cuts into this creature, you would watch as the knoll falls into the pile of bones, and you hear the snap and crack as you watch this form shift, and you are staring down at instead this toad-like creature with gray blackish skin and spikes that stick out of it, its eyes glassy and hazed. Have you got a picture?
I bet you do.
Have I seen one of these before?
Not as Melioris. I don't
That's
think,
what
at
I
least.
figured. That's what I figured. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah. All right. Well, I still have my Nick attack.
Well, this thing is still dead.
Oh, it's dead. Dead. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it like. Okay.
no, it's not like a wild shape thing where it's like it just reverts to its true form when it dies.
Oh. I don't think that was a knoll, guys.
Oh, whatever it was, it bit me and I'm mad. I'm going into the room.
All right, yeah, as
Glad we
you
didn't have to fight the big thing.
step into this room, what you see is again, relying only on your dark vision, you see a metal console here torn free from the wall just to your right,
Mhm.
and that pinned between this console and another wall, a small desiccated winged devil. It almost looks like it was crushed to death.
Oh, poor guy.
In another corner, there is this 3-foot block of infernal iron. A locked safe, you see. It has clawed feet and a 3-dial mechanism built into the thick door. And you would notice that each dial bears numerals written in infernal.
Hey, did we get a combination or any set of numbers or anything?
No, I don't think so. All the consoles out there looked damaged. Can I
Okay.
search this crushed guy?
Yeah. He's a winged devil. He doesn't have
Oh,
clothes.
oh, no sticky notes with like a code.
Nah, he's running around naked.
Bless him. Uh, well, let's try this. I'm gonna stick my ear up to the safe and start twirling some dials.
Okay. Um. I'm going to say investigation check on this because you're doing this to try and suss out the Jahangis.
21.
As you work on the first dial, you hear the click, and you would notice that the numeral you're looking at in the alignment for the unlocking position on the farthest ring is 6.
Okay, write this down. 6.
Can I just remember it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna move on to the next one.
All right, another investigation check.
Not so good. 7.
You're not hearing it.
That'd be something. I'm gonna move it to the numeral for 6.
You move it to the numeral 6.
And I'll do the same for the last one.
All right, you have 666.
Anything?
Well, what do you do after you've...
I'm gonna try and open it.
It opens.
Of course.
uh, so as you
Make sure we write that one down. That's gonna be hard to remember. Magda's already still helping.
Cut to Magda, like, with the mason shield with Chuka and Clonk. As you open the safe, you would see within it 9 adamantine rods. Each one, as you pick one up, they weigh about 3 pounds each. They are engraved with runes that spell out in Infernal, so you have to be able to read Infernal, Solar Insidiator Lock, and then behind those words, a numeral, 1 to 9.
Well, we got them. Do we need to know what what they say and how to use them, or are we just delivering these?
These were stolen from Bell by Azariel's minions.
Hell yeah. Well, we got them now. We'll bring them back to him.
Did either Melioris or Saren look at the infernal contract that Fabius Creek kept in the puzzle box? Did either of you take a close look at that?
Was it
I
an
think
infernal?
Mel looked at it, I think, in the Candle
Yeah,
Thief
that sounds right.
when it was being read aloud, I think, to everyone else.
Mel, roll me a history check.
Okay. That's a 10.
Solar Insidiator, it... You know you've heard that before, but you can't quite place where.
Caitlin knows what it is.
Yeah, Caitlin knows what it is.
Damn it.
You were so close, too. It wasn't terribly far off. If only we had a bard.
If someone could have only guidanced me.
Don't guilt trip, Magda.
Aaron doesn't even know what these things.
Can't Theron guidance?
Sure, but he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. This is fair. This is more of a...
It wasn't like, I'm ready to climb this rope. All right, I'll use guidance on you.
Yeah.
He
But-
can't even read the things.
Yeah. With that, you seem to have found what you were looking for.
Great, let's get out of here.
Alright, so. As you are making your way down, I'm going to say that we'll take our real life break here for a few minutes because certain things might happen when we come back. So, as you descend the areas, you come out and the last bits of the fighting at the main floor, where you would see Madcaps, Redcaps, Barnabas, the flying skull, the flame skull that had the missing
Yes.
tooth, Chuka, Clunk, Magda, all down here fighting a one remaining Vrock. And I'm gonna ask you guys to roll a initiative.
Oh, I was hoping to do stuff uh before we went downstairs, but that's okay.
Oh, well, what did you want to do before we went downstairs?
I wanted to do the thing that I can do as a ranger that gives me temp HP,
You can do that before you go downstairs.
and I wanted to give myself a level 1 cure.
You could also do that while you head
Okay,
downstairs.
thank you. Let me roll.
Magda's over there with Chuka, Clonk, other NPCs. And we've got one Vrock still angry while the others are dead.
Oh, I wish my computer was working.
Alright. Bam. Bam. And wha-bam. Melioris. You are first to act.
Okay. Well, I am still concentrating on Hunter's Mark from upstairs. So I will bonus action move it onto this rock. And everything has taken a million years to load, so that's fun. I'm gonna run up to it. And I'm gonna hit it a bunch. That's a 16.
A 16. Will hit the rock.
Alright. So that'll be 7 points of splashing. And 6 points of force.
Alrighty.
And that's a natural 20.
Woohoo!
And I don't know how to roll that flat on my iPad.
That's fine,
So
I can do
I'll
math.
Okay. And then I gotta get Hunter's Mark. So it'll be 11 points of Hunter's Mark on top of whatever that worked out to be for the scimitar.
Alrighty, so 9, 14 plus 11, 25.
And is it still with us?
Yep.
Nick attack. That's another natural 20. So it'll be 8 points of Hunter's Mark on top of the crit from the scimitar.
23 to help. Cool. Alright, anything else from Mel?
That'll be it.
Alrighty, we come then to Ash. Your turn.
We're scooching in.
You love a
Gonna
nice little scooch.
Stab it with my pitchfork.
Yeah.
It's a third. That's a natural 20.
Oh, How many nat 20s do you guys plan on making? In a
I
row.
don't know. So 8, 14 plus 7, 22 piercing.
Cool.
We'll make that a psionic strike as well.
I'm sorry, it's not
More than
accepting
that.
any damage right now.
Too bad.
Alright.
That's another 12 force.
Lovely.
He's still up? Or
Oh,
are we
yeah.
dead? Okay, another stab. 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 11 piercing.
Alright, this thing way past bloodied at this point. Still standing, but it's bad. Saren.
Saren's gonna whisper a little holy word at it. Natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh, it did the thing weird. Should be 8 plus 4 plus 2 8s.
Well, it's not showing on my end anyway, so you'll have to
Alright.
do math.
28 radiant damage.
Cool. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright. Cool. You can do some stuff. Alright, I need each of you, so you're all within 20 feet, to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
11.
25.
19.
Not that this is gonna affect Mel anyway. Saren, you're the only one that fails. You are poisoned from the spores that this thing releases. They stick to you, they get inside of your respiratory system. Yeah. And, that's its action. And at the end of the rock's turn, you can see in the distance dust closing in on this location.
Bad.
Looks to be a warband of some sort.
Bad.
Great. Yep. More Smilers. Buddies.
There goes the LaCroix. Alright, but yeah, so as they start coming a little closer, back to the top of the round, Meliorus, what do you want to do?
I'd like to kill this Brock, please.
For sure.
That's a 25 to hit. I
That
broke our
hits.
crit streak. So that'll be 9 points of slashing and 4 points of force.
Cool. Single digits. It's very barely
Great.
hanging in there.
That's an actual 20.
How would you like to do this?
I think I would like to just chop its head right off. If I could, please.
You do that, you hear the slice of your blade, the ruffling of feathers, and then the thud of its rotten head as it strikes the ground. Yeah, you guys are no longer bound to initiative.
Oh, we need to get out of here.
Maybe you can catch a bit of a hitchhiking ride with the Mad Maggie's crew.
Yeah, if they've got room.
Yeah, you can sit as passengers in the
Yeah,
Tormentor.
we just need a ride back to our barge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barnabas, we're getting ambushed here.
Well, we can't have that going now.
Did you lose your
Is
tooth again?
Did I lose my tooth?
No time.
Yeah, go, 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 go! Little
where's
imp guy, where are
Bella
you at?
Bella Cruz or whatever his that's not his name. Where is he at?
I'm still here. I've not left you.
Point us in the
Great.
direction of the barge.
As soon as you guys are in the Tormentor, he drops his invisibility. I do have to check something here, though.
we hear a voice. It's that way.
Yeah. Um, hey, Saren,
Hmm.
please take for me 1 point of poison damage and remake your Constitution saving throw.
25.
All right, you're no longer poisoned.
Excellent.
All right, so you guys haul ass out of there. Um, and it's about as you are leaving and sort of able to catch your breath that Melioris, you remember where you heard the term solar insidiator before.
It's the companion,
It
right?
is the companion.
So what are these rods for then?
Melioris, roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. That's a 19.
As you think about it and you recall the details of the infernal contract, you conclude that these rods act somewhat like a key, that they unlock the companion, suggesting that perhaps it might contain something.
Oh, I explained that to everyone else.
What could be inside?
Obsidian.
Well, it helped repel undead, right? Previously, that's what one of its purposes.
Until it didn't.
That's what it was sold as, yeah. And it seemed to be doing its job quite well.
Didn't it go dark?
Yeah.
Maybe it went dark when these rods were removed, and that's why Zariel wants them so that she can keep it dark. And then maybe Belle wants to get them back to like fuck up Zariel's plan so that he can be Archdevil of Avernus again.
Don't we also want to fuck up Zoriel's plans?
Yeah,
It's better than the devil you don't know.
So these are some sort of keys to unlocking it, but we still don't know what's inside.
Maybe something that causes the light is inside. Maybe it's another unicorn.
What if
Maybe.
I
it's
don't think unicorns repel undead though.
what if it's two unicorns?
What if it's the power that's keeping it here?
Maybe if we unlock it, it pops back into the material plane.
Well, if Zariel didn't want anyone else having their hands on it, and now we do, that seems good for us.
Great
But
work, team.
we did agree to return these to Bell.
Mm-hmm.
But I think your logic is right, where this messes up Zariel's plan and Bell likes that. Do you think that he thought we were smart enough to figure this out?
Hold on. Are we talking about not giving these back to Belle?
Because Bell said if we give him these things, he'll give us what we want. And when he asked us what we want, we said Zariel's sword. And I think he said he could tell us where it is.
Hmm.
So I think we have to give them back. Otherwise, we have to find a different way of figuring out where the sword is.
And we have no way to do that. Fair enough. That barge is still waiting for us, right, little guy?
It should be. If
It
it's
should be.
if it's
Yeah, I don't like
not,
the should.
if it's not, there will be some consequences for our captain.
Mm.
Fair enough. Well,
Consequences
that
don't get us back to Bell, though.
No, but legs and wings do.
I
well,
guess.
yeah, I guess that's more of a you thing to sort out if there's no barge. So I guess it's back to the barge.
Well, do we have to go back through the plane of firestorms to get to the barge? Didn't we have to walk through that to get here or something?
Narratively, yes, you'd have to do that. I'll say that you can get back to the barge area without having to, see if a storm follows you or not like that. You're
We're a lot
you've
faster now.
you've traveled it. You're also
Yeah.
you're also getting a hitched ride, so
Yeah.
I do need to check something though. When you are dropped off by Barnabas and crew, um, you do see that the barge is there. All the Marin guns are there, and so is Krynyak. Um, so you have a fairly relaxing trip back, as relaxing as it can be in the Hells. Oh, look, the cone of shame.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Every
oh.
time I think he's done scratching and making noise, he starts back up again. So apologies if there's noise.
No worries. Oh, look at the baby.
Poor thing.
Um, yeah, so let's get some river ambiance. As you guys can just kick back, relax.
Can we do a short rest?
Heck, if you want, you could do a long rest.
I would
Oh,
like that very much, please.
I would like that very much.
Yeah, go ahead, take that long rest.
I don't like the way you said it though.
Apparently, I say a lot of things weird, so.
I'll take first watch.
You want to take a watch? Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can be second.
I'll do third.
Magda's just conked out.
Unsurprising.
Alright. So, let's get, for our first watch, a nice little, perception roll.
Sure. That's a 23.
I'll keep your 23 in mind. Is,
Thank you.
what's your watch look like? What you doing?
You know, I think I'd take a walk around the barge, once or twice. Fold it in with, actually resting while still, keeping an eye out.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get up, you stretch your legs. You're still fairly relaxed. Nothing ill seems to come to you or your party during your watch.
That's great news.
Second watch, Saren.
Yeah.
Perception.
7.
Cool. I got a note of that. What's your watch look like? What you doing?
Saren is patrolling the perimeter of the barge, and he's kind of reflecting about how things went at the wrecked fortress, where he got that magic spell to work. It was a lot easier when it was against snails. And then he was thinking about how he was able to channel some radiant energy through his sword, which is not something he had done before, and it seemed more like something that just kind of happened and came out of him in the moment, much like his other magic has the first time he's used a new spell. So he was pretty pleased with that and is interested to see how that can help the group in the future. And then also when he almost got crushed to death and then was able to just come back from the brink and put this thing down, or that creature. Things could have gone better, but they could have gone worse.
Very true. Very true. You could have been, shaking like a rag doll and been a rag doll.
Ragdoll, salt shaker, yeah.
Yeah. Well, as far as you can tell, nothing ill befalls you or your party during your watch.
Sweet.
Which brings us to Melioras. Let's get a perception roll.
That's a 23.
Aw, twinsies. Melioras, what does your watch look like?
I think I'm also slowly walking around the barge because I think it's a bigger one than Bodhi's barge, right? So I probably
Yeah.
can't see everything from one spot. So I'm slowly walking around, similar to what my companions did. But I can't shake the feeling that I had when I was nearly eaten and what that felt like, and how all of us just didn't make it out of that tower because, Ash was in a similar situation as myself. And then, then when it was all over and Ash helped Mel out of the creature, Theron looked real bad. So, like, if, yeah, she doesn't want to think too far after the end of that sentence, but that's front and center on her mind was just how close that was for all of them.
Well, you did, luckily, make it out. And as you keep your watch, no ill fates befall you or your companions. And you all can press your long rest button.
When I wake up, I do that thing that gives me temp HP.
Woohoo!
Get to the right spot on this sheet. Oh, that sucks.
So, as you all long rest, you've got some travel along the river here to get back to Bell's Forge. What would you like to do to pass the time?
Saren wants to inspect those rods.
They're made of adamantine. They've got runes on them in Infernal that say things. One of them has the number 6 on it. You recognize that one because of what Ash announced during the code breaking.
Yeah, they're just like cylinders.
Yeah, essentially. Let me see. I don't have any sort of like official art of it, but let me see if someone's drawn anything.
Ash, how much of that demon ichor did you grab?
40 bottles.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have given us some to Barnabas and the Kenku, since they gave us a ride.
Maybe we can exchange some for soul coin.
There's that guy back at the Emporium.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
There was a... Ash, do you know the guy with the ears back at the Emporium?
I think he doesn't have ears. That's the problem.
The guy with that didn't they like fly
They
around?
flew
Maybe?
off. No, they flew off. He doesn't
Maybe
have
it's the
them
same guy.
anymore.
Ash,
Maybe they went
you
back to Ruth.
are quite familiar with who they are talking about. Um,
Okay.
this is Iliac, who runs Iker's away. Um, man's entirely insane from too much
Sure.
demon Iker.
Yeah, I know the guy.
Maybe he'd buy these off us.
Okay. If you want to
Everybody
talk
Seems
to
like it.
him.
takes them.
Yeah. Seems like he's really into his own supply.
That's a very polite way of putting it, yeah.
I bought a bottle off of him. It was like 200 gold.
Why would you do that?
Because it's useful.
Okay. Well, we have a lot of it, so we don't have to sell all of it.
Right. We could fuel a war machine for a long time.
You could
Now,
do
we
other
never
things.
tried that.
It gives them a speed boost, I think.
You could do other things with
Oh.
the demon Iker.
Like
You can
what?
coat your weapons with it.
Haha, and what else?
You can
That's
drink
all
it.
I know.
You could touch it. I mean, with 40 flasks of it, you could probably take a bath and stuff.
Now there's an
I wouldn't
idea.
recommend that.
It's an idea. It's not a good idea, but it's an idea.
It's now it's in Ash's head, so I won't do that. Well, we'll find. Do we want to split it up between us? And because I mean that's 40 bottles. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll give 15 to Sarah, and I'll give 15. Oh wait, that leaves me with 10.
Give Saren 10 because he's squishy.
That's right. We'll give Sarah 10, and then I'll give 15 to Melioras.
Okay. I'm also not very strong, but that's okay.
I think Mel is stronger than Saren. And even if mechanically that
I
is
don't think
false,
so.
I'm going to believe that. That's my headcanon.
The stats disagree.
I'm gonna believe what I believe.
That's fine.
Alright, so. Besides looking over rods, is there anything else you'd like to do while you're on the barge?
Well, if there are quiet moments, so I might have another little heart to heart with my tail.
Roll me a charisma check.
I'd love to. What? It's an 11.
It doesn't go as well as last time.
Okay.
It doesn't go horribly, but it does not go quite as well.
One day.
Saren will go up to Mel. Things seem pretty peaceful now. Do you want to spar?
Sure.
Well, Saren will draw his sword and get ready to defend himself as best he possibly can.
What are the rules of engagement here?
I don't know. I've never done this with proper steel before.
I guess also like mechanically, how are we gonna do this? Because like, am I gonna attempt to hit you 3 times for every one time that you attempt to hit me? Or are we just gonna go back and forth?
What we'll probably end up doing here is, for as many rounds as you want to do this, each round will consist of a single roll, and no matter what your narrative constraints are, at the start of your round, you will announce whether you will be defending or attacking, for your sparring, and then it'll be a contested roll. I'm going to say, uh, either athletics or acrobatics for either of them.
Okay.
Saren's defending.
Is it like the first to 3 taps? Like, how do we
Uh,
how do we
the
determine who wins?
it because it's a contested roll, it'll be that, and then for however many, so you like whoever wins on the contested roll, you can knock a little note of, and then when you call it, I will say, if you want to include any of your spellcasting abilities in your sparring, um, you can add, if you announce that somewhere in your narrative for that round, you can add your spellcast a bonus equal to your spellcasting ability modifier. So, wisdom for the ranger, charisma for the sorcerer, and that can be used narratively, like as using it a shield, defensive kind of deal, or buffing your attacks on the offensive. Your choice.
Alright, Saren's defending first.
All right, well, I guess that means Mel's attacking first. Just with the flat of the blade, you know. If I could get to the right page. And
Ash
I,
is
I will be
watching
doing
intently.
acrobatics.
Agnes got tummy
All
troubles.
right,
Of
I
course.
got 23 on my acrobatics.
Okay, well, I mathematically cannot beat this, but we'll see. 2.
All right, what's that? Between the two of you, how does that look? How does that round end up?
Whatever pairing Saren is attempting, he misses all of them.
Yeah, I think Mel starts walking around in a slow circle and then, without warning, darts in with her main hand, but kind of feints at the last second and gets a tap in with her offhand.
Yep, never had a chance.
I'll defend this time.
Alright, Saren's going for it then.
It's the same thing, right? Like I can do a defense with acrobatics.
Yeah, athletics or acrobatics, because this is like playing into the um, sort of style of fighting that you're going for.
All right. Well, I got a 21.
Saren was going for more of to see if he could just parry with strength, but she was simply too fast. Round 2. He'll try and go a little faster, and that's a natural 1.
That's a 16. Was I defending or attacking that time? The sound cut out for me. I just heard natural 1.
Oh, that was natural 1 was on the second one.
When he was doing the attacking.
Oh, I thought he had rolled already.
No.
Sorry.
So
Okay.
you have 1